Hey guys, today we're going to follow up on our previous episode about being stuck in the hamster wheel and talk about the trading rat race and 2 areas you need to investigate and eventually improve if you want to get out of it. By the way, if you haven't done so already, make sure you check out the free content over at www.tier1trading.com. Lots of cool stuff. Do that right away when you're done listening to this episode. And the trading lesson is going to be really on the trading version of the rat race. So if you guys aren't familiar, the rat race is basically when you're stuck on a hamster wheel. If you saw the little graphic before this video, that is it, where you're doing a lot of work or running on the treadmill, but you're not really gaining any ground. And the term is typically used in your normal life. So like with, in your personal journey where you're working the 9 to 5 and you don't have good personal finance habits and you're doing all this work, but you don't really progress in life. And that and the trading version of it really go hand in hand. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining in. And the topic stemmed from a question I got, which is really a common question. I've been coaching for 12 years now. So yeah, I get a lot of the same questions, so I know how to handle them, including I've been through most of those things myself. But the question was, Akil, I'm having good success trading. I have these spurts where I'm trading well, I'm making profit and everything's doing good. The problem is I tend to give it back. Now, have you guys ever experienced that where it feels like you're doing well, then before you know it, you give it right back and you do all this work and you give it right back and you end up kind of right where you started? I know I was like that for a very long time in my trading career. And the question is, what can I do about it? And this is something we see in regular life too. Again, speaking of how trading and kind of personal finance go hand in hand, many people have this problem when trying to become wealthy, right? People, typically a lot of us have really poor money habits. We have a lot of credit card debt. We can never get out of it because we can't stop. We can't do 2 things, right? We're bad at debt reductions. We're horrible at impulse buy. So whenever we have debt or whenever we buy something, the quick fix, the solution is just make more money, right? Easier said than done. But even if you do make more money, if you don't really handle the core aspects of it, which is your spending habits, stopping the impulse buys, being able to reduce your debt by being consistent in your approach, all you're going to do is put yourself in the same situation. You're going to make more money, but you're also going to spend more money, and you're going to be on that hamster wheel right where you started. And in trading, we tend to see the same exact thing. So traders will win, and then they'll give some back. And they'll ponder, what's the solution for this? And it's just, I just have to win more, right? So they'll win more, they'll risk more, and then they'll just give even more back because they're never handling the core issues. And they stay in this phase forever. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mark Douglas. Anyone familiar with Mark Douglas? He wrote 2 great books, The Disciplined Trader and Trading in His Own. In my opinion, they're kind of like, I don't want to call them trading. I guess I would call them trading Bibles in a sense. Trading psychology is by far the most important aspect that we need to understand in order to progress and be successful as traders. And I think those books are very well written. A lot of people on YouTube over here said Mark Douglas. Yeah. What he did was he categorized people or traders into 3 categories, right? Because we often hear that 90% of traders fail. So we think it's like this gap between, hey, 10% are successful, 90% are failure, where it's a little bit different. So he kind of creates 3 tiers, and I'll go ahead and draw it on the screen here, right? The top tier, which is the smallest tier, are the successful traders. And you can break these tiers up into successful, super successful, but basically you've achieved your goals of trading, right? You have gotten your trading to a point where you can do something with it, whether you're trading full time, whether it's enough supplemental income to pay for your vacations or reduce debt, whatever your thing is, you are consistently making profit off of trading. It doesn't mean you're a super trader, right? You're not making millions, or I guess there's a portion of that area that are making millions and billions, but anyone who is making consistent profit, that is, allows them to, I guess, make a change in their life, we would consider that to be in that area, right? Oh, there we go. My youngest breaking in again. Now, the bottom section is going to be your failing traders, right? These are your ones that fail right away. Give me a second, buddy. You got to close the door, dude. I'm working, all right? Your big brother was supposed to keep you out. Mom left. I told her I was going live. I got 2 kids that want to break in and be part of the show. They want to hear about this financial stuff too. Hope your kids are watching as well. But the bottom group here is going to be your failing traders. So these are the ones that just approach it with the completely wrong approach, right? Trading is gambling. I want to make money quick, right? Get rich quick. All the dumb stuff. System hop right away. These traders typically lose. These are the ones you hear about when brokers share those numbers about 90, 90, 90, right? 90% of traders lose 90% of their funds in the first 90 days, right? So these are just the bad traders. I don't think you guys watching this video, I don't think you're in that category, because typically these traders are not, you'd be signed off by now because I haven't given you a secret successful strategy. Most of you guys will probably fall in the middle here. And this section is called the boom or busters. And these are the traders that haven't quite gotten to the level where where trading has changed their life. They can make a life change out of their trading, but they know better, and they're better than the traders at the bottom who have just failed, right? These are typically the ones that they make some money, they give money back. They make some money, they give money back. And there's typically some small fixes that need to be made in order to progress from this level to this level. Now, some make those fixes and some never do. But this is the scariest level, because in this zone, what you're risking is time. Right? The ones at the bottom, right? Yeah, they've failed, but they've learned really, really quick that trading isn't what I thought it was. And then they can go on to do something else, knowing their mindset, they'll probably blow money at something else, but at least they don't spend too much time in the market because they realize it isn't what they wanted. The ones in the middle, they're wasting a lot of time, right? Depending on what you're doing, right? If you're someone that's never going to progress, if you're always looking for the Band-Aid instead of making the core fix, I'm just going to make more money, but you're never cleaning up your spending habits, you're going to stay in this level for a very, very long time. And what you're doing is wasting time. It's opportunity cost, because as you know, trading takes a lot of time if you want to be successful. And that time could be spent doing something else. So the question is, what is one of the quick fix? Lucky says right now, I've been trading for 4 years. Next year's my 5th year, and I haven't made a dime yet starting in 2018. Right? So that'd be a perfect example of someone in that level. There's probably a few things you need to tweak to get from that level to the upper level. I don't want to assume anything, but you haven't found out what that is yet. Chris says as well, that's another one I can bring to actually bring the chat over, I believe, so you guys can see it. But always testing, rarely pulling the trigger, right? That's another thing as well, right? We get people in here that are just scared to go live, right? Where they're always testing, they're hunting for perfection, but they never actually pull the trigger in the marketing and kind of go for it. I've worked with traders like that as well. So there's a wide range, but the main thing is, right, we need to find the solution, right? We need to find the solution to whatever your problem is. And just when we talked about the financial aspect, where the key to getting out of that hamster wheel is 2 things, right? You want to control your spending habits and reduce debt, right? That is the key to wealth, right? It's make more than you spend and invest the rest. And invest the rest basically means have the money that you save start to make money for you. So if you are good with reducing debt, not building up your debt, right? If you can get on a plan, a solid plan to reduce debt, if you can work on your own habits and not make impulse buys. I was about to buy a smartwatch the other day for no reason, just because I saw an ad, right? And that was yes, I can buy it, no problem. It doesn't make a difference to me, but it's a habit. It's an impulse buy, right? If you can clean up those 2 things, you're going to start working your way out of debt and working your way into financial freedom. Trading, typically, I see that the problem is in one of 2 areas, right? One is going to be execution. One is going to be in psychology, or let's put it this way. I'll change this around. One is going to be in analysis. One is going to be in execution, right? I always say that consistent analysis plus consistent execution equal consistent results. It's a very simple formula to success in the markets. What I mean by consistent analysis is that you have a rules-based trading plan, right? You are trading a strategy or a technique that is testable, verifiable, and repeatable. So it's not just something where you're looking at a chart and be like, oh, I feel like this will go up today. Boom, right? It is something that needs to be rules-based. If then, if then, if then. It needs to be tested to ensure that it's actually profitable. I guarantee many of you guys watching this video are trading a strategy and you don't actually know if it's profitable. Maybe you've seen a video, maybe you've read a book, maybe someone else said it was profitable, but have you actually done the work and proved, right? Have the data, the figures that have told you it was profitable? Have you? Huh? I don't know, right? That's if you haven't, that's something you need to go back and fix. And then repeatable, something that needs to be that you can repeat in the market, right? That's one section of it. The next section is execution, right? Are you actually executing your strategy to a T, right? Are you following what your strategy is supposed to do? Are you taking the trades you're supposed to trade? Are you avoiding the ones that you're supposed to avoid? Are you not doing any of these impulse buys or impulse sells in the market where you want a revenge trade, or you had a trade that you missed, fear of missing out, so you get in too early, right? It's the solution to that problem of making money and then giving off it back and ending up at break even lies in one of those two categories or in both of those categories. And I was going to say, without making this a long rant, but I've already ranted for like 20 minutes. I'll tell you what I did to change my trading results back in the day, right? And I made all dumb mistakes years and years and before, but I came to a part in my trade. This was the final fix that I made where I did an A/B test, a split test of my actual trading results, right? I have my actual trading results on one side. I'll draw it out here. Just delete this real quick. My actual trading results on one side, and then my trading results off of if I would have followed my plan correctly. Like, meaning if I didn't do any dumb stuff, make mistakes, miss trades, skip trades, all that fun stuff. And the results shocked me, right? The results shocked me. The reason I was break even or barely profitable wasn't because my strategy was failing, wasn't because my broker was screwing me or the world was against me. It was because of me. I was sabotaging my own trading. And by doing that review, I was able to look at all the mistakes I was making. And I ended up making a goal that said, hey, I'm going to reduce my mistakes one at a time. So I'm going to do two things. Each month, I'm going to have at least one less mistake than the previous month. And then I'm going to try not to make the same mistake twice. And I worked on cleaning that up. And before you know it, I went from someone that was break even or barely profitable in that boom or buster section to the consistently profitable section. So if you're someone that's stuck in that trading rat race, if you are making profit, you feel like you're doing good things, but then you're giving it all back, investigate one of those two categories: analysis, execution, or both. And I guarantee the issue is going to be in one of those two or in both. Hey guys, don't forget www.tier1trading.com. We help traders go from struggling to consistently profitable. Head over to the site, check out the free available content, workshops, webinars, check out the 14-day trial membership, download software, hop in some live rooms, chat with the community, do lots of other stuff as well. www.tier1trading.com if you're serious about becoming a consistently profitable trader. Don't waste any more time.